Recently, our RVing and camping took on a whole new activity, a fun one, the kayaks. We love them, but now we got to figure out how to haul them. Well, I found a great solution. I'll share it with you in just a second. Hi, I'm Ricky from RV Underway. If you enjoy the RV lifestyle and love learning more about it, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell to be notified when new content is available. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Also, share our videos. We certainly would appreciate it. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and we answer every one of them. Now, we got two 10-foot kayaks. They weigh approximately 50 pounds apiece. And we tried towing them on the back of the pickup. It's kind of precarious. So we decided we needed a way to mount them on the back of the RV. There's really no room up on top, and the only option is to mount them back here on the back. So I did some research, and I found a company in Elkhart, Indiana. Rod Yan runs a company out there that creates a product called Vertiyak. And Vertiyak is my answer. It may be your answer too. So I went online, I ordered the Vertiyak, and I ordered another accessory that goes along with it. And we're going to go ahead and unbox that right now. Well, here it is. The Vertiyak hitch mount kayak carrier from Elkhart, Indiana. This is the brainchild of Rod Yan. I've got to say this about shipping. I ordered it and had it 3 days later. It was actually 2 days in transit. I ordered it and 2 days later I had the product. So I was very happy with that. I also ordered the anti-rattle device, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and unbox this, see what we got inside. Some packing cardboard. This is the bottom halo and also your hardware. Instructions for the anti-rattle device. This is your top retaining arm. This is your lower beam with your 2-inch receiver hitch. And this is the upper beam. And this is your anti-rattle device. Now, if you want to know whether or not this kayak hitch is going to work for your kayaks, the openings here on the halo, which is at the bottom, is 11.5 by 17. So basically the nose of your kayak is going to fit down in here. You can cut yourself a template out of cardboard, which is 11.5 by 17, and fit it over your kayak nose, and you'll know whether or not this device will work for you. In true entrepreneurial fashion, Rod Yan built one of these for himself. Then he had folks asking him about it. Where'd you get it? So he said, hey, there's obviously a market for this, and he created the Vertiyak. It is a great product. My hat's off to folks like Rod. All right, let's talk a little bit about mounting to your 2-inch receiver. Obviously, if you have a Class A or a Class C, you're going to have a 2-inch receiver, and it's going to be well mounted to your frame. But if you're going to be using the Vertiyak on, say, a travel trailer or perhaps a fifth wheel with a bumper that you have to put a 2-inch receiver on, then give some added thought to the strength of your bumper. 2 kayaks at 50 pounds apiece, the Vertiyak at 50 pounds, that's 150 pounds, but also factor in your wind force. As your kayaks are standing straight up, they'll have a wrenching effect on your bumper. So make sure you reinforce your bumper. There are aftermarket products for that if you plan to use the Vertiyak on, say, a standalone bumper where your 2-inch receiver is not mounted to your frame. All right, in the instructions, Rod suggests that you go ahead and assemble this on your RV. It makes it a lot easier. So we're going to start out by putting the lower beam into the 2-inch receiver. I have a locking hitch pin, so I know my Vertiyak is going to be secure and safe on the back of my RV. But there is a way you can loop a cable with a lock through the scupping holes on your kayaks and also secure your Vertiyak, say, to your ladder. So that's a possibility as well. So we've got our lower beam in our 2-inch receiver, and in this case, locked into place with a locking hitch pin. And I did want to say that BRB warrants this product from defects for 1 year from the date of purchase with your receipt. So that's good to know. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the lower cradle, or the halo, that's the lower part, and we're going to go ahead and decide where we want to mount it. We have 3 options for height to mount it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the middle option, and then I'm going to stand the kayak up in it and see how low the nose of the kayak is. Now the halo, or the cradle, which is the bottom piece, when mounting this, the taller portion of the bracket here is the top. I'm going to use 2 of the safety pins for a temporary install in the middle set of holes, and then test for the height of my kayak. All right, so there's your test. BRB, the company, Rod Jan, recommends that you have at least 6 inches extending below the cradle. I've got a good foot, a good 12 inches down there, so I feel real good with this. So with that, what we're gonna do is remove the top pin, which we use temporarily, and we're gonna go ahead and put our bolt in there. Now the bolt comes with a nylock nut, and the washers go between the bracket and the lower beam. They go on the inside. They protect your paint and also allow it to hinge. This is probably a good time to note there are 3 bolts, one of which is a little shorter. That's not the one you're going to use on the bottom. So you use one of the longer ones. This is a 9/16 bolt and nylock nut. And you want to lock it down just enough to make it secure, but you don't want to prevent your cradle here from hinging up and down. And there's the bottom cradle, very secure. Let's move on to the upper beam now and the upper retaining arm. I was just noticing in the instructions here that the bolts are 3/8 inch. 9/16 fits it perfect. Whatever. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add the upper beam, and this is where you use that one short bolt. There you go. Now the upper retaining arm is going to be the exact opposite of the cradle at the bottom. The long portion of the bracket is going to be toward the bottom, and the bolt will go in the bottom instead of the top, and your pin will go in the top. That will allow you to hinge it down. So we're going to go ahead and put that in place. Here again, you're going to put your washer between the bracket and the upper beam so that it won't scrape your paint and allows it to hinge. Again, we're going to tighten up this nylock nut here, tight enough to make it secure, but not so that it won't hinge. There you have it. I think it's a great system. We're going to go ahead and put the kayaks on now and throw a tie-down strap on it, and we're ready to go to the lake. All right, let's talk just a minute about this anti-rattle device. I'm going to go ahead and install it, but not right this minute. Basically what it does is it fits inside the hitch itself when it slides up into the receiver. So this is inside the hitch, and the receiver's on the outside of it. You bolt this through, and then you pin it, and that tightens it up. I believe I'm going to use 2 tie-down straps, but it's also recommended that you get you a pool noodle and you pad the sides of the cradle where your kayak is going to rest. So we're going to do that. jumbo pool noodles. Work pretty good. Well, there you have it. Got one strap on, got my pool noodles on there. I got another strap. I got an eyelet about right here on the back beam. So I'll be securing this here in just a second, but I want to thank you for watching this video. And their website is Vertiyak.com, Vertiyak.com, Rod Yan. Do go check it out. If you enjoyed this project, this video, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Also, ring that bell to be notified when new content is available, but that only works if you're already a subscriber. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, RV Underway, because we certainly appreciate you checking in and checking out some of our projects. Until I see you again, fair winds and following seas.